Hello everybody, my name is Manuez and welcome to Eternal Matchups. This is gonna be a new series where we're gonna test some major matchups of top decks against each other to give you a better idea of how to play them and also how they go for each side. Today we're gonna play Armory against Burn Queen. The person that is gonna battle me is gonna be VSarius. He was nice enough to make some time to play the matchup with me. He's also familiar with both of the decks that we are using, since we're gonna play both decks on both sides basically to give you an insight on both sides of the matchup. And yeah, we hope to do that again in the future. This time we're gonna be playing 6 games from each side, 3 games per video, and give you a better idea of how to play this matchup and how it goes. Alright, let me know in the comments what you think of that, like if you would like to see more of it in the future. People already mentioned that they would like to see these kind of test sessions after the highlight with the testing I did with VSarius in stream. And yeah, also let me know what you think of the format, if you like it or if you have like some suggestions for improvements or changes to the format that we chose. Alright, let's dive right in. I'm gonna start on Armory, VSarius on Burn Queen. We're gonna use the versions from the most recent videos. Armory, basically, just quickly show you, it's basically still the same list as in the Armory video with some minor changes. Basically, I cut the 4th set of Icaria for Charchain Flail, replaced the armor smiths with enforcers due to how the metagame changed, and I currently also cut the 7th Justice Sigil for Rakano banner to up the red for these cards and the Charchain Flail a bit, because the amounts of red were a little borderline. Alright, that's it for the deck. Let's jump into the games. Alright, this opening hand is a bit borderline, like the Inspires are kinda nice in the Quarries, but we're missing red for the Quarries, so that's a problem. We don't have anything to like answer early pressure, and Icaria is a blank, so I'm gonna redraw, especially since we're on the draw, so we need to be able to defend ourselves. This hand's much better. We have ways to block his 1-drops and answers to his early threats, silencing champion, torching instigator, stuff like that. Alright, there's an Oni Ronin. Can't really torch this, we need torch for like the bigger things. Like if he plays an instigator here, I would torch it. Alright, he has a bit of a slow start. Let's hope our Artisan is safe and doesn't get Varus favored. That might cause some trouble. Also, let me turn down the volume a little bit. Alright, that's better. It was a little loud, I think. That's a lot of 1-drops for how little the stack plays. Interesting. I guess at this point, just gonna play Artisan with like torch backup. It's gonna allow us to like block, and if he rapid shots, we get a 2-for-1 with the torch. Bandit Queen. That is problematic, like his draw is really good against what's going on here right now. Guess we're gonna torch this. And then like take 9. He has a very like low to the ground draw. That is lining up pretty well against ours. And I mean, yeah, the amount of Warcry that he got might come back to haunt us. But we will see. Thinking on how to best handle this situation, I guess. That seems like that means he doesn't have like an easy solution, which is good. Gives us some hope to stabilize. Throne Warden was a pretty big draw. Also, I guess I kind of should have silenced one Pyro Knight instead of the Warcry, given that he's like at 5 power already. So that was kind of a blunder, I guess. But yeah, here we definitely need to play this Throne Warden. We can't afford to rise, because if he hits power and like enhances one, we're in trouble. Yep. Well, we can double block like this to only lose one. That's kind of good, and don't even take damage. And then we can like double block the next one potentially. I think we can rise now. And like rise for something that... I think we can rise for Daisho. Or like a Runehammer. Daisho is really great with the armor we have. But we need like another power to use it. Maybe just Runehammer. Given that we have the harsh roll, I think we can take the Daisho here. Gives us the most health basically, which is what we need right now. Ways to not get burned out. I mean, if he pumps here, we can like double block, lose 2 health, like 2 armor to this, and then either Daisho or like harsh roll. Like we don't need to harsh roll because he can't play anything else. So basically what we do is this and this. Unfortunately we lost the extra armor. That's pretty good. Like, it would be kind of nice if he has a unit here. Like if he plays an Impending Doom here, that would be kind of perfect. Guess this way we just go for that. Hope we don't get rapid shotted. That's good. So we can hit him a bunch. I mean, I assume he has a burn spell that's gonna kill the Daisho next turn. But at least it doesn't kill us then. Oh,
that's cute.
He has a cable counters. That's a pretty big deal. And puts us so low that if he has any burn spell, we just die. Like, a Flame Blast would kill us right away. He doesn't have a Flame Blast, and he doesn't have an Obliterate, so that's pretty good. Alright. I think we're just gonna do this. I mean, there's an argument to be made to torch this and hold on to the harsh roll for like an Impending Doom. But the torch can protect us from like a Bandit Queen, for example, and another Countess, while the harsh roll can't. And yeah, the Obliterate takes us out of the game. We top decked the burn. Alright, let's see if we are on the play this time. Looks like we are on the draw again, which is not good in this matchup. Alright, that's a decent hand, a bit slow, but otherwise pretty decent. Let's hope we inspire into some helpful stuff. Quarry is gonna help. Too much Quarry is a little slow though. So much Quarry and Rise to the Challenge might be a bit early, but he doesn't have a fast draw this time, so it's all good. And that makes that card actually pretty good. Alright, so here we just get like another fire. Now we have all the influence lined up for Icaria and everything else on the deck. That's good.
A single shot is all it takes.
And that is kind of a good draw. If he doesn't have a torch, we get rid of the instigator. And if he has a torch, it's fine. Like, it still trades 1 for 1, and we have the harsh roll for in 2 turns. No torch. That's good. Plus the Warcry trigger could pump something like a Runehammer to deal with an Impending Doom, for example. And yeah, that's like where you see the inconsistency of Burnt Queen coming in handy, basically. Alright, so I think what I want to be doing here is like this. And then Quarry, rather than this, I think. Just get like a couple of cards out of our hand. And we get the Warcry trick on this.
Single shot is all it takes.
Alright, so we got some more Quarry going on. And then we can like finish this guy. That was actually a slight blunder. I think I should have Roland's favored and then killed this guy. Because that would have allowed us to like kill it and the Flail to survive. But given that we have a Daisho in hand, it's fine. Seems like he might have found the torch. Oh no, he's just rapid shotting for face damage. Interesting. I mean, that's like okay-ish in this matchup because I don't have that many blockers. But he might regret that against like a Throne Warden if he has a champion and stuff like that. And yeah, next turn, depending on what he does, we either like, if he doesn't do a whole lot, we favor and rise, and otherwise we like use a weapon. Alright, that's a clear Daisho. Another rapid shot maybe? Yep. That's fine. He's desperately trying to like get use out of those rapid shots basically.
Stonescar isn't a place for the weak-hearted.
Alright. That hammer cleans that up pretty nice. And while the armor isn't particularly well used on this, I think it's still better to just use it right now while we have the power and thin out our deck, get the power in play to have more stuff to do next turn and so on.
End of the road, friend.
And there's the Bandit Queen. And we top decked an Icaria, so we got rewarded for like favoring last time. And now he has no more rapid shots. And Icaria will just take over the game. Alright. We hit like a Throne Warden here. Might actually take the Throne Warden to like pump something better with Icaria on the attack. Yeah, I think I like that. That gives us a chance to draw like a big weapon and turn Icaria's Aegis into Warcry into like life gain. But yeah, that's how that goes if they don't have like 3 out of their 6 1-drops in the first few turns. And while that draw wasn't an average draw, it was a below average draw. They have a lot of these draws that are just like not impressive in the slightest. And we even were on the draw and it still didn't matter. Alright, this is a decent hand. It's a bit slow, but we're gonna keep it for now. I think I'm gonna start with the banner because if we draw like a Sigil, we can play these undepleted. If not, we just play a seed next turn and then like a favor to get the other seed undepleted. Or maybe just Artisan plus seed. Depends. And see another slow hand, like no 1-drop into turn 2 Quarry instead of a unit. That's sort of what I'm talking about. That's why I don't like Burnt Queen. Like the deck has such inconsistency and draws and curving and stuff. It's just like such a dirty deck. He successfully managed to deal us some damage. That's fine. Alright, so yeah, we just try to sort this. Get torched. Or is he thinking about rapid shot again? No, just dodge. That's fine though. We still have the Runehammer next turn. It's Bandit Queen. That's actually great, because that allows us to like play power and play a weapon. Like if I kill this, this doesn't kill us, gives him an extra war cry. Let's try it like this. The war cry shouldn't matter too much because we have all these weapons, and depending on what it hits, the Runehammer still clears it. Like this, for example, gets cleared by the Runehammer. That's unfortunate because it allows him to clean the weapon out, but it's okay. Like if he spends his turn like that, it still gives us some time. Gonna inspire first, see what we draw. A torch. I think I'm gonna do this and torch instead of the Runehammer, because that allows us to potentially set up the Runehammer and keep it, rather than if we Runehammer here, he gets to kill the Runehammer. Like now the Runehammer lets us kill, for example, the Champion of Chaos. If we draw power, I'm gonna Daisho, if not, we have the Runehammer. Or actually in this case, I'm happy to play this. We are like close to stabilizing basically. I think I'd rather Flail here than Hammer, because the Flail is gonna be bigger. So if he has like an Impending Doom, if he draws like an Impending Doom, that's gonna be better, because these weapons are gonna line up poorly against an Impending Doom. And now we are in like a pretty decent position, having like board and enough health to not die. And count this once again. It's really annoying. But yeah, we can clear that with Runehammer. It's gonna kill our Flail, which is unfortunate, but not much we can do about that. At least we can kill it without taking damage. So that's a big deal. That's also why it's good to hold back on the hammer to kill stuff like that and Champion of Chaos without taking damage when we need to make sure we don't get like burned out. Because now like a Flame Blast is lethal, we survive Obliterate, but a Flame Blast is gonna get us. Quarrying, trying to find a Flame Blast. Or at least a way to survive, like an Obliterate would let him survive. But yeah, that seems like he's dead. No, Countess. But yeah, we drew the power, so we can just Daisho him out of the game. Alright. As you can see, we managed to win 2 out of the 3 first games. And gonna play 3 more in a moment. So stay tuned for the second half of the Armory side in a moment. Thanks for watching.